This episode is brought to you by ESPN. Catch the first WWE Premium Live event on ESPN, WrestlePalooza, live on Saturday, September 20th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. It's going to be an epic night in Indianapolis, featuring some of the biggest WWE superstars. This event is only on ESPN, so go to stream.espn.com and sign up to the ESPN app today for your all-access pass to WrestlePalooza and all WWE Premium Live events.
Go all in on fall with Abercrombie Kids. Their newest drop of on-trend outfits are ready for everything, from the bus stop to family bonfires. And it wouldn't be fall without football. Gear up the kids with officially licensed NFL tees and sweatshirts. Shop Abercrombie Kids this season in the app, online, and in-store.
This is Optimal Relationships Daily, How to Improve the Relationship with Your Mother, by Dr. Mariette Jansen of drdestress.co.uk. My client Trish was talking to me about her relationship with her mom. Quote, "I love her so much, but every time we speak, we end up with a row. We're both angry and upset. Sooner or later in the conversation, she looks at me with a smug smile and tells me that I've turned out really nice. This, of course, is thanks to her perfect parenting skills, and she did it all by herself, as my dad was totally useless," she says. "Such a shame I never take her advice, because she really worries about her grandchildren. I can't stand it. I feel I have to defend my dad and justify how I raise my children. I feel angry, guilty, and irritated with her. And I've told her thousands of times before that my children are great, that dad was an okay dad to me, and that she has to stop this glorifying herself and putting my dad and me down. And then the guilt kicks in. I don't know what to do anymore to make her see how wrong she is." End quote. What Trish is telling me is the following. My mom is dismissing me as a good parent. She doesn't think my children are great. It's upsetting when she calls my dad useless, and mom needs to change. She also tells me a lot of other things, but she isn't aware of that. I can just pick up the underlying messages and I know what's going on for her. 1. It's important to be respected and appreciated by my mom, and clearly she doesn't appreciate my parenting skills. I want mom to understand that I am as good a mother as she is, and I feel the need to be defensive in justifying myself. Unfortunately, that message doesn't get through, and the only result is irritation. 2. I find the way my mother talks about her grandchildren insulting. She only looks at them from one angle and is not open to be positive about them. It feels unfair, and I can't resist telling stories of how lovely they are and praising them, only to get dismissed and put down. 3. I love my dad, and I want to see him as a lovely parent. I don't care if he could have been better. He was good enough for me, and I hate it when she devalues him. And 4. I struggle with the messages she sends out, and she has to stop it. What can be changed to make the relationship between mother and daughter softer and easier? Unfortunately, Trish wants to change her mom. But one of the principles in the instruction book of life is that you can only change yourself. So the question really is, what changes can Trish make to stop the arguments between her and her mom? I suggested the following. 1. Trish needs to accept that her mom has a different opinion about raising children, and they don't need to agree. If she can take the comments as the voice of a different generation and let it go, there would be no tension about this subject. 2. If Trish doesn't feel the need to stand up for her children, it'll take the sting out of this subject. Her children are great to her, and the approval of a grandmother is actually irrelevant. 3. Her mom lashes out at her dad. Maybe in her eyes he hasn't been supportive of her, but that doesn't mean that Trish has a different experience. 2 different experiences, valid in their own right. 4. If Trish can go along with the fact that her mom has a different opinion than she does, maybe they can agree to disagree, which means there's no point in arguing and trying to be right in the eyes of the other. The result of agree to disagree brings the subject of parenting and grandchildren to the level of exchange of factual information. Asking advice, contemplation, and discussions are out of the equation. Number 5. Trish can take control of their conversations. Knowing which subjects are tricky, she can avoid them, or handle them in a different way. One of my tricks is to have the perfect distraction on hand when you feel it might get out of hand. Distracting by changing to a topic that always sparks the highest interest of the other party. Mom's new hobby, the weather, or her wedding day. And 6, on a side note, all her mother's criticisms are around parenting. In her days, that is what women did and were valued by. Her mom might be struggling with the fact that mothers these days are more active outside of the family. They work, have their own activities, and are involved more broadly in the community. She might feel devalued by that, and therefore defensively aggressive of what she did in her life. Just another thought. A few months later, Trish told me that the relationship with her mother was better than ever. No more rows, and much more love. Oh, and no more intense conversations about parenting either. You just listened to the post titled, How to Improve the Relationship with Your Mother by Dr. Mariette Jansen of drdestress.co.uk.
At Sierra, discover top workout gear at incredible prices, which might lead to another discovery. Your headphones haven't been connected this whole time. Awkward. Discover top brands at unexpectedly low prices. Sierra, let's get moving.
Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just speaking into the void? But with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers, a network of 130 million of them, in fact. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills, and did I say job title? See how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
And thanks so much to Dr. Mariette for this post. A really good look into the work that a therapist does and what they might look for. You know, whenever we find ourselves in a situation that upsets us, we might find that we have 3 options as to how we can proceed. So we can leave it, we can accept it as it is, or a modified version of that, we can change our interpretation of it. So we can go beyond accepting it as it is and take it a step further by challenging our beliefs about it, changing our behavior towards it, and basically trying to extract value from it in a new way, which we have not yet. And when it comes to relationships, which of course come with people that we cannot change, as she mentioned, these 3 options still apply. Do I want to end this relationship? Will I choose to stay in it for whatever reason? And assuming my participation and their participation will stay the same? Or do I want to see this person anew and or bring a new version of myself to them, finding a different form of value in the relationship? Keep this crossroads in mind as you navigate any difficult relationships of your own. Feel out what works for you and know that each relationship is different, so the same answer is not going to be right for all of them. That's going to wrap us up for today, though, everybody. Thank you so much for being here with me once more. I hope you enjoy your Saturday and that your weekend is going well. And I'll hope to see you again tomorrow for more ORD, where your optimal life awaits.